Hey, Move Student Ministries. Happy Sunday. It's good to see you guys. Hopefully you've woken up at a reasonable time today. Hopefully it's not like, 11, 12 o'clock. Hopefully you woke up at a good time. I know I've been having a really hard time sleeping into unreasonable hours. I've been waking up at like 10 o'clock every day because I don't have time limits. I don't have to wake up early for work anymore. Like, I found my body's natural rhythm again. So I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm sure you guys are having a hard time with your sleep too. Well, I wanted to introduce this week's video. So we're going to do things as normal this week. We're going to have our Bible Project video. But I wanted to introduce the ideas. And then I wanted to ask some questions to kind of get you thinking about the idea a little more before you watch it, to make the video so it sticks. So that's why I'm going to be doing this video today. And hopefully I'll be doing one of these every single week. That's kind of the plan right now. So this week's video from the Bible Project is going to be in the description. It's going to be just right below. So as soon as this video is over, you can click right into the description. It'll take you to the video you're going to watch. And it's on biblical characters. And so the idea is one of the most important parts of reading biblical stories or biblical narratives is the characters and what you can learn from the characters and what the characters are going through. And you might think, Pastor Justin, this is really stupid. I know what a character is, but characters are used differently in most of the stories that you've read than they are in the Bible. The Bible uses them differently. Most stories, it's really clear who the good guys and who the bad guys are. The Bible is intentionally not interested in making it clear who's good and who's bad, because the good guys will do things, and you're like, why did you do that? That wasn't a very good thing for you to do. Why? For example, in the story of Abraham, he moves to Egypt with his family, and he's worried that the Pharaoh is going to fall in love with his wife and kill him so he can take his wife to be Pharaoh's wife. And so Abraham lies and says that his wife is actually his sister. So the Pharaoh tries to marry her. He tries to take her as his wife. And God sends plagues on Egypt because of what Pharaoh's doing. And eventually Abraham's like, yeah, she's my wife. And Pharaoh's like, dude, next time just tell me. And so you have these characters in the Bible, and there's more than just Abraham, who do these questionable things, who make poor decisions, and it makes you wonder, are you really the good guys? Am I supposed to be like you? Am I supposed to act like you? I thought you were like this shining example. You're the person that they always preach about how you did the right thing. And as you read the Bible more and more, you're going to realize that the characters that you easily see as the good guys aren't always good. And so it kind of asks the question, well, what is character in the Bible all about? What does it mean to be a character in the Bible? Why are these people in the Bible? And so we're going to be talking about that in the video. But another thing I wanted to talk about is, when you grow up in the church and you grow up in kids' church, and maybe you had a children's Bible when you were growing up, a lot of times you can start to view stories that you heard when you were a kid like, oh, that's a story for kids. Noah and the ark, oh, that's a story that they use for little kids, right? Look at all the animals, 2 by 2, and then it rains, and Moses and his family, Noah and his family, and all the animals are safe. And the thing is, the story of Noah is a story of every single person on the earth dying, except for Noah and his family. Children drowning, babies drowning, mothers and fathers drowning to death. Like, that's not a kid's story. And as you read through the Bible and you look at a lot of what these characters choose to do, you're going to realize that the Bible is not a kid's book. It's not a book that's written for kids. And pretty much all these stories are not children's stories. And maybe you've already started to notice that when you were in kids' church, they've left some details out of a lot of the Bible stories that maybe weren't good for kids to hear, that maybe were a little too adult for kids to hear. That's because the Bible's not a children's book. So the people in the Bible are not always good people. The people like the heroes, like David killed a man. You have Moses who acted harshly and had an anger problem, and he made a lot of bad decisions because of his anger. And one of the things that I think you guys should start to realize as we start to go through this is that God uses flawed people to reveal his goodness. That even when we mess up, he uses us. And he makes a way in spite of how messed up we are. He accomplishes his plans even when we fail to do our part. And yeah, so I have 2 questions for you guys. Kind of ask yourselves inside before we go on and watch the video. The first question is, who are the good guys in the Bible? Who are the good guys in the Bible? Who are the people that, you point to these people and you're like, these are the heroes. These are the good guys in the Bible. So think about that for a second. Come up with an answer. Who's the good guys in the Bible? Are there good guys in the Bible? Or is there one good guy in the Bible? And the second point is, who are the bad guys in the Bible? If you step back and you look at the Bible as a whole, who do you think the bad guys are in the Bible? Who are the people that keep messing everything up? Maybe it's not one group of people. Maybe it's some really big groups of people. Maybe it's one big group of people. My second question is, what can you learn from characters that aren't perfect people? What can you learn from people who have flaws? So if the Bible has all these characters in it that aren't good people, what can you learn from those people? And I think that's where we're going to leave it for today. Go ahead and watch the video that we have linked in the comments. If you have any questions, write some comments in the YouTube. Come back to this video and write a couple comments, and I'll sweep in the next week and answer them the best I can. In fact, if you have questions about anything, you can write it in the comments here today. Or if you don't feel comfortable writing it in the comments, you can have your parents shoot me a text, or you can shoot me a text if you have your own phone. I'll put my number on the screen. It's 612-384-5687. If you have any questions about Bible stuff, shoot me a text this week. If there's anything you need this week, if your parents need something done, if you guys are having a hard time getting food, if you guys need help with something, you can shoot me a text, or you guys can call the church. You can look that one up on Google. But yeah, go ahead and watch the Bible Project video and comment below if you have any questions. I will see you guys on Tuesday when I post a devotional video, and then I will see you on Wednesday for a sermon video. Adios.